Hey guys, we are now into Unit 7 and we are going to begin factoring. So here we go, here's our notes. It is A.10e and we are going to factor trinomials with real factors in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, including perfect square trinomials of degree 2. And degree is your power. Okay? Here is our first example of how to do this. You will have a problem such as 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. And we are going to put it in factor form by using the box method. Step 1. Draw your box. And it should look like a 2 by 2 box. So it'll look like this. Okay? Step 2. You are going to put the first number in the upper left, and you're going to put the last number in lower right. So it's going to look like this. So I'm going to put the first number, 3x squared, and the last number, negative 8. Step 3. You're going to multiply the first and last terms. So you're going to multiply 3x squared times negative 8. 3x squared times negative 8, and you're going to get negative 24x squared. Step 4. You're going to find two factors of the above product which is, in this problem, is negative 24x squared, whose sum is the middle term. (10x). So let's try to do that. So we know the product is negative 24x squared. And we are going to find what equals this that when added would also equal 10x. So there's the product and here's the sum, which is 10x right there. So I'm going to write down everything that can be multiplied and equal 24. So we know, and we have our negative here, so we know we have negative 1x times 24x would equal negative 24x squared. I know that negative 2x times 12x would give me negative 24x squared. I know negative 3x times 8x would also give me that. And finally, I know negative 4x times 6x would give me that. So, which one of these, when added together, would make 10? So we know 24 minus 1 would be 23. 12 minus 2 would be 10. 8 minus 3 would be 5, and 6 minus 4 would be 2. So we know this would work for us. This would give us the product of negative 24x squared, and it would also give us the sum of 10x. So now, I'm going to draw my box again. And of course, when you do the problems, you can just keep it in the same box. I'm just showing you how I'm putting the numbers in. So we have 3x squared, and we have negative 8. And now we're going to add our 12x and our negative 2x. And it doesn't matter where you put them. Now, step 5. We're going to find the greatest common factor of each row and each column, and we're going to write it to the side. Okay, so again, I'm drawing the box so you can see how it looked before this step. And we had 3x squared, and we had negative 2x, 12x, and negative 8. So now, what can go into 3 and 12? We know 3 can go into 3, and 3 can also go into 12. So that is our greatest common factor. And they both have an x squared and 1x here. So we know 3x could go into both of these numbers. Now I need to think of a number which can go into negative 2 and negative 8. Well, negative 2 can go into negative 2, and negative 2 can also go into negative 8. So that would be our greatest common factor. Now we're going to do it this way. What number can go into both of these numbers? 2 would work, but 4 would also go into both, and that would be the greatest common factor. 4 would go into 8 2 times, and 4 would go into 12 3 times. So our answer is 4. On this side, nothing goes into 3 and nothing goes into there's not a number that is the same that would go into 3 or negative 2 except for the number 1. So we're just going to put an X here because they both have an X. And of course there's the invisible 1 there. So We're almost done. I'm going to put this here. So step 6. So it's all on the same page. This is your answer. The 2 entries are your answer. So now we know the answer to 3x squared plus 10x minus 8 is, when you factor it, you're just going to write these 3x minus 2 times x plus 4. We're going to do one more. Before we do that, let's highlight this. We got our example, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this A.10E, page 2. Here's another example. So let's say you have 6x squared plus 11x plus 4. Number 1, we're going to draw our box. I'm going to put this number to the top, this number at the bottom. Then we're going to multiply them. 6x squared times 4 gives me another 24x squared. And like in the other example, we need to find the product and the sum. This one is 11x, okay? So we know what times what is 24. We know a 1 times 24. We know 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. But the sum, when we add them together, needs to equal 11. And this is a positive, all this is positive here. So we don't have to worry about any negatives. So what times what, what plus what will be 11? And we know that 3 plus 8 is going to be 11. And it's x squared, so I will put a 3x. I'll write my box again here. And I have 6x squared, and I have a 4. And then I'm going to put a 3x and an 8x for my x squared. Now, step 4, I just need to know what greatest common factors would go into these things. I know a 2 can go into 6, and a 2 can also go into 8. And this one has an x, and this one has an x, so 2x would work. Down here, nothing goes into, there's no same number except for 1 that would go into 3 or a 4. So I'm going to just put a 1. Up and down, I know 4 can go into 4, and 4 can also go into 8. Since this one doesn't have an x, I'm just going to put a 4. And here, I know a 3 can go into 3, 3 can go into 6, so that is my greatest common factor. And there's x, so I'm going to put an x here. So now, I know that finally, 6x squared plus 11x plus 4 equals 2x plus 1 3x plus 4. And see, guys, this is what we were doing the other day. And now we're changing it from this back to this. You had a problem in the other unit, and we were going 2x times 3x is 6x. 2x times 4 is 8x. 1 times 3 is 3x. I'm sorry, 2x times 3x is 6x squared. And 2x times 4 is 8x. 1 times 3 is 3x. And 1 times 4 is 4. We'll just bring this one down. Combine our like terms. And now we have this again. We've gone full circle. That'll do it for A.10e notes, factoring trinomials. If you have any questions, let me know. Your assignment is on the next page. Thank you for watching.